Jackson,
Iceberg.
NBA champion. Oh, I forgot the iceberg.
Come on, man.
NBA champion, Kendrick Perkins.
Yes, sir.
All right, Marcellus, we'll start with you. Has Harden's mindset injured the Rockets this series, or hurt the Rockets this series? I'm sorry.
Oh, you still talking, huh? You lost me after you said this dude wasn't hurt. You said he wasn't really hurt?
Come on, he's a soccer man. He flops around. He wasn't hurt.
What? He got cut in both eyes. They were bleeding. His eyes were bleeding. You get some debris in your eye, you kind of disturbed. You got Draymond in both eyes, dog. You know what that feels like? The dude was obviously hurt. And you trying to...
Scored 29 points after he was banged up.
It would have been 49 if you could see. Boy, would have killed somebody. Look, the mindset, let's stay focused on the question. He did hurt this team in terms of mindset. It's weird when you get into these moments, there's a method to the madness. I've been injured before, and I'm going to tell y'all now, because I didn't tell y'all then, that I wanted to broadcast to the whole stadium, hey, I'm hurt. Just in case this don't go like I want it to go. I played with the greatest DN all time, Bruce Smith. This dude would go in there on first down and all of a sudden pull a hamstring or something. I mean, it's like he done, limping off the field. Second down goes, get out there, Wiley. Third down, he limped back on the field. Oh, I'm gonna try and do something. He get a sack, next thing you know, he dancing. I'm like, what happened to that injury, bro? Right. There's a broadcasting going on that actually affected negatively this team. Austin Rivers was out there getting it without him. You saw P.J. Tucker getting it. Capella started the game fast. And then when he came back, it was ISO and let's watch James again. James was getting his, but Chris Paul didn't get his anymore in the second half especially. So there was a negative effect that came from his presence when he came back.
Have you ever had a scratch cornea?
Ooh. No.
I have.
Hold
up. But you don't know that yet until it's diagnosed. I got scratched in the game and didn't know until afterwards had a scratch cornea. Afterwards. But I was still squinting. Now, I'm not giving an excuse, but it does impair. My biggest issue is James Harden is who he is. The problem is the system in Houston because he's so ball dominant, that when you carry that into the playoffs, especially against a coach like Steve Kerr, they're going to make adjustments. So in this usage rate right now, regular season is 39, during the playoffs is 38, okay? So, I mean, the ball is still in his hands. What Golden State is doing is taking away the drive, okay? They're kind of double teaming. They're taking away Clint Capella's usage rate in regards to the lobs to the rim. So the adjustments were on the Golden State side. I thought Mike D'Antoni and the Houston system, because your point is so reliant on James Harden handling the ball. Yeah. Now, as a coach, I can schematically defend that and maybe bring his effectiveness down a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, more so than what you can do with Golden State because you have Clay, because you have Steph, because you have, you also have KD, and also, is playing a lot better, which is Draymond Green.
Yeah, he is.
Okay, so I was always told, if you're hurt, don't suit up, right? So obviously he got hurt during the course of the game.
I ain't heard that. I heard if you injured, don't suit up. But if you hurt, get your butt out there and stop crying.
Well, don't complain about it then.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so if you go get out there, then that means you're healthy enough to play. Okay, so he got hurt during the course of the game. He came back, so obviously he was ready to play, right? So at the end of the day, it's no more excuses. So Steph dislocated his finger. He came back, he didn't complain. He defended at a high level. I never seen Steph defend the way he defended last night.
Y'all saw him grabbing that finger every 5 seconds too, didn't you?
Yeah, but he ain't
a shot.
Yeah.
Every time he misses a shot on that finger. Every time he loses his hand on my finger. I'm like, come on, y'all.
But I think, to piggyback off of Jimmy, I think the whole Houston Rockets organization mindset is hurt. Not just James. You know, I think they want people to feel sorry for them and, Golden State get this treatment and this. No, go out there and play. What happened was Golden State jumped on them like a pack of hyenas last night, and they didn't know how to take it. I mean, they didn't know how to take it. So at the end of the day, no. If you came back out of the locker room, that means you was ready to play.
And to me, when I think about mindset, I'm wondering how you could do all that complaining about the officiating and come out of the gate the way they did. The sloppiness that they had,
the turnovers,
and the turnover, the 9 turnovers in the first quarter, to come out of the gate, that's where I felt like they lost the mental game. Golden State was energized.
Yeah.
They were hyped. Steph Curry, that's as hyped as I've seen Steph Curry particularly on the defensive end, and just the energy and excitement that Golden State had, the fans had. That's where I think all this whining just hasn't served them well, and it's actually served Golden State.
And right now, Golden State is not playing well at all.
Oh, not perfect.
But you know what they're doing? They're punking Houston. They're beating them to all the 50-50 balls. They had offensive rebounds yesterday. And by the way, KD and Draymond Green are outplaying Clint Capella right now at the 5 position. They're showing Clint Capella how to anchor a defense. Did you see Kevin Durant last night? And by the way, that was all ball when he went block Clint Capella.
Yep, that too.
So they're punking them. It's nothing else past that.
But you know, I would say this. Media always talks about a team's not focused and distracted. And most of the time I roll my eyes. This time I'm actually in agreement.
Yeah.
Because the days between this game was so preoccupied with the referees and how they would respond that Houston took his eyes off the prize. And we all know that preparation is the separation. So if you're not going to be properly prepared and fully focused on Golden State and you looking for a little of this goodwill from the refs, they came out and they were actually caught up in how the game was going to be different instead of just attacking. And Golden State was like, it seemed like both sides heard from their coaching staffs, don't complain, especially early in the game. Fouls were being committed, guys were just mum's the word. But Golden State came out with an attack-style defense that separated them.
Absolutely.
I played for Mike D'Antoni for 2 years, year and a half in Phoenix. Love him to death offensively. Love what he does. But in regards to in-game adjustments and strategic ways to win games, especially against a Golden State team, that's where I defer to Steve Kerr. Okay? He has to have Mike D'Antoni, his team focused and ready to play from the beginning of the game. You scratch all that other stuff. That's where I think this series is lost. When you start talking about the strategic manner in which this game needs to be played, I err to the side of Golden State other than Houston, outside of Houston.
I think what Kendrick and I believe is Golden State normally kills you with the 3-ball and the shooting, Steph and Clay, and they're actually beating Houston right now with the intangibles.
Yes.
With attitude and grit.
Yeah.
They're playing like P.J. Tucker and Trevor Ariza, who's no longer there anymore. They're doing all the little things, and that's where I go back to, if you adopt that, I'm a victim and these refs have been unfair, it undermines the intangibles.
Well, Golden State is playing like Houston should be playing. Golden State act like they have something to prove from last year.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, that's how Houston should be playing.
Well, wouldn't you want to play like that when they basically called you out and said, we're coming
absolutely.
early
For
and
sure.
we want you because we believe that we can beat you because we did it during the regular season. That's the attitude Golden State got.
I'm going to give Harden a pass in this respect because a lot of times we forget how a lot of great players have done the exact same thing. But when Michael Jordan had that flu game, if y'all remember Game 5 of the NBA Finals, Scotty lit me up. Oh, God, I had the flu game. And they won the game and he had 38 points and then we like, yeah. But if Harden doesn't win the game, they lose by 6. So Harden is kind of setting it up the same way Jordan set it up, except Jordan won. So a lot of this is result-based, but let's not act like throughout the 48 minutes that a lot of guys don't put that same message of broadcasting, I'm really tired, I'm really hurt, I'm really going through it. Like you said, if you got a flu, Jordan, sit out. No, Jordan's going to play through it. But there's also some theatrics that occur during it.
Any chance that the Rockets recover here, you see any win path